Welcome back, guys. This is my review of The Killing Joke, the animated movie from DC Comics, Warner Brothers Batman. It's really exciting based on the Brian Bowen graphic novel, which tells the origin of the Joker. It's a very interesting thing. Don't worry, I will make sure to say spoiler alert before I spoil anything. So let's get right to it. We just saw it right here in New York City in the movie theater. I wanted to give you guys a heads up that they will be releasing a one-day only movie premiere for certain films, and the next one is going to be South Park, the 20-year anniversary, and that's going to be incredible, and that's coming August 25th. So take a look at your local showtimes to see where it'll be playing in your hood. We went to the AMC movie theater. It was really great to see this animated film, The Killing Joke, on the big screen. Overall, it was a wonderful experience to see an animated Batman film. Not since I think it was Mask of the Phantasm, if I remember correctly, Batman the animated movie. Almost, Jesus, it's like 19 years ago or something crazy long like that, since there's been an animated Batman movie in the theaters. And this, The Killing Joke, as you guys probably already know, is the first R-rated animated Batman film. It's the first R-rated any Batman-related official thing. So it's pretty intense, just that alone. Also, to get Kevin Conroy to go back and do the voice was great, and Mark Hamill. But on to the review part of it. From this point on, guys, all spoilers. So I want to give you a quick heads up. From now on, all spoilers. Here we go. So what did I think of the film and what was going on? Well, first of all, I was, believe it or not, and I'm a huge fan of this stuff, I was actually really disappointed, believe it or not. For me, and for everybody actually that I spoke to there, we all had the same reaction. We felt it was very watered down. I think they were intentionally going for a PG to PG-13 rating, and I think that for some crazy reason, maybe either as a marketing ploy or just because the MPAA or whatever, gave it an R rating. And that's a super, super soft R. There's nothing in that makes that movie R at all. Nothing. So it should have been a PG-13. There's not one scene in that film that's said or shown or anything that's R-rated. It should have been a PG-13. And I think by them hyping it up for an R, people are going to be really, really disappointed, and they're going to be expecting something that they're actually not going to really get because it's going to be underwhelming to them. On a side note, by the way, if you guys are wondering what this is, I'm a comic book artist. For those of you who don't know, Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. These are my superhero characters I created, Ravidactyl and Codename Justice and Gakito over there. Anyway, on to the rest of the review. So, what's watered down? What did they do that we didn't like? Now I'm going into super spoilers, so here we go. First of all, the animation, very choppy. Did not like that choppy animation. They needed much more frames drawn in between to make the fluidity smoother. You could see that from the trailer also. When Batman is walking in Arkham Asylum on the trailer, you could see he's walking like very choppy. It's not like a smooth motion. The thing that I loved about it was that it's an updated look to Tim Burton's Batman the Animated Series from 1992. So it was great to see the characters drawn a little bit more realistically, a little bit more dramatic and serious and less cartoony, with the same style. He drives the same Batman the Animated movie Batmobile, the animated series Batmobile. So it's great to see that all updated. We love that. Everybody's on board with that. The voice is great, music great. That's the other thing too, is that in the film they showed a little intro of how they were making the movie, and then at the end of the movie they showed the making of the score, so the musical or the music in it. But anyway, back to the actual problems of the film. Very under-emoted, meaning that the emotional reactions of the character. Spoiler alert again: when Joker, they show his history and they discover that his wife randomly died with her their unborn baby. He just kind of puts his head down and he's upset and he's like, oh yeah, that's what happened. But he doesn't like freak out. He doesn't scream. He doesn't pound the ground. He's not crying. He's not hysterical. He's very sullen, And I understand in the comic book how that worked. But in an animated movie, you got to show that emotion, to the audience. And then when he faces Batman and accidentally gets knocked into this vat of acid that turns him white, he just starts going crazy and becoming the Joker. But they don't explain how it makes his smile and his, his face get that whole Joker thing going. I used to do the Jack Nicholson impersonation. Actually, I'll do it for you now. It goes, nice outfit, man. And then, of course, Michael Keaton as Batman. Come on, come on! I'm Batman. Anyway, so like I said, I think the explanation for how Joker became Joker in Batman, the 1989 Tim Burton movie, was far better in its construction, showing that Joker shoots Batman, he deflects the bullet in that movie from '89, and then it deflects and shoots Joker through the cheeks, and then upon his surgical reconstruction, his face kind of looks like crazy, like the Joker smile, that thing. As we're here, he just falls into the vat of acid. There, they had that, gunshot through the cheeks and then into the vat of acid. So they didn't explain that very good. What can you do? And then you move on, and now this is really sick, okay, guys? Super spoiler alert. So they show Batman, they changed this from the comic book, but Batman and Batgirl have sex, which was an awesome scene. It was really cool and unexpected. It was a nice little twist. It's implied in Batman Beyond, the animated series, if you guys ever saw that Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Barbara Gordon at some point in time had hooked up. So I think that's why they had them do it here. This is how they connected it to the animated series universe. So don't get too pissed off, you comic book guys out there like myself who are very into the source material being unchanged. But that being said, it worked very well here. The problem is that by the time you get to the point where Joker shoots Barbara Gordon right out of the comic book and then paralyzes her, what's really sick about it is that then he undresses her naked and rapes her while she's paralyzed after being shot right away. That's horrendous. Everyone was freaked out about that. It was awful. That being said, when Batman finally confronts Joker and finally catches him and gets him, again, super spoiler alert, he's like, let me rehabilitate you, let me train you, and we can work together. Fuck that bullshit. Batman would have fucked him up, guys. He would have thrown his ass down. There's a line, and guys, listen, if DC Comics is watching this, listen, Dennis O'Neil, he was my old teacher from School of Visual Arts, the former editor of Batman. I love Denny O'Neil. He's awesome. He taught me some really important elements about screenplay writing. So here's how I would have done it. And if anybody from DC is watching, I would love to hook up with you guys because I'm a huge fan. But really what I would love for them to do, and you guys tell me your opinion about what I'm going to offer right here. What they did is they have Commissioner Gordon say to Batman, by the book, take the Joker out by the book, do it by the book, meaning no street justice, don't kill him, do it the legal way, right? So Batman doesn't answer, and he just walks in, and he grabs Joker, and he has all this dialogue with Joker. He punches him a couple of times, but not too badly. And then he's like, let me recruit you, Joker, let me train you and rehabilitate you, because we come from the same, shattered past, and that's it. And then Joker just tells a joke, and Batman starts laughing, ha ha ha, and that's the end of the movie, and everyone was like, what the fuck, that's how they ended the movie? So I understand what they were trying to do, but I don't feel it was successfully accomplished, unfortunately, even though they had the best intentions. And everybody in the theater, and it was packed, we all spoke about this. We all felt the same way. But here was my solution to that. Why not have Batman come in Batman style, okay? And have him beat the living hell out of the Joker. Just really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. Which is what Joker wanted anyway, right? But then, right before he kills him, he looks at him, right? And he says, Jim Gordon told me that I have to do this by the book, but he didn't say which one, so I choose biblical. And then boom, he pounds the shit out of him even more. That would have been badass. Because you understand, if he says, I'll do it the biblical way, meaning like, the Bible way of like beating the hell out of him when they would fight in there, if you guys know what I'm talking about in those dramatic scenes, the biblical sense of a beatdown and, punishment. That would have been badass. And then, right when Batman's about to kill him, Joker says, I want to tell you a joke, while he's bleeding and puffed up. And Batman's like, what? This is what I think they should have done. And then Joker turns and tells a joke. And then Batman just looks and does, and smiles. And that's it. And that's the end of the movie. There's your power punch. Not this weird, awkward thing where, you know, Batman's laughing with the Joker like they're buddies or something like that. That didn't work at all, guys. I'm sorry. And it's not just my opinion. It's like every person in that movie theater who paid money to go and see it in the theater instead of downloading it illegally or buying the Blu-ray, but we actually paid money to go see it in the theater are die-hard Batman fans. So please, DC Comics, Warner Brothers, if you're listening to us, we have good ideas that we think we can contribute. We have a wealth of knowledge of these characters, and we're coming from it from the perspective of the audience. Now, like I said, for me, I would love to get my hands on something like this and put my 2 cents in and help and, you know, just contribute. And, you know, if they want to use the idea, awesome. If not, excuse me, at least we tried. But I'd love to do some work with them. I think it'd be really fun. But anyway, that being said, in the meantime, guys, post your comments below. Let me know what you think about my idea about a more powerful punch ending. Like I said, when you guys see Killing Joke, you'll see it was very awkward to have Batman and Joker just laughing like that and being buddies after he paralyzed, you know, this secret love of his life, Barbara Gordon, and, you know, and tortured the shit out of Jim Gordon and everything like that. It just was weird. It was awkward. It didn't come out right. And they didn't show enough emotion. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to go for a PG-13 rating, but they got R. So if they get R, delay the release of the film, throw a few more animated sequences in there, and make it R-worthy. You know what I mean? It's important. So anyway, guys, like I said, do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? Post your comments below. Check out all of our Comic-Con videos. We reviewed everything from Justice League to Wonder Woman to King Kong. You name it, we reviewed it. It was great. And I look forward to continuing. Please make sure to subscribe. This is comic book artist and writer Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. See you next time. Peace.